Our next bout is sponsored by Eddie's Health Shop. It's in the featherweight division and scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds. Your first fighter, fighting out of the red corner. He weighed in at 138 pounds. His record of 0 wins with 1 loss. He's an independent fighter out of Fort Payne, Alabama. Let's hear it for Chris Weathers.
Our first bout here on the pay-per-view, main portion of the card, is Chris Weathers, an independent fighter from Fort Payne, Alabama, taking on Elijah Gilbertson. First, we'll start with Chris Weathers, a 27-year-old in this featherweight bout at 145 pounds, presented by Eddie's Health Shop. Weathers, first out. Greg, your thoughts on Chris Weathers?
Chris Weathers, man, he's coming out of Alabama and independent. His first fight out, he took the L, but then he had a Muay Thai fight coming back, and he lost that one as well. But right here, he's looking to bounce back against Elijah Gilbertson right here. He's not yet found himself a camp in the metro area. He's been looking around and looking. He needs to find him somebody and find him quick, man, because dude's built like a tank for featherweight. I'm telling you, and Elijah is too. Both of these guys are considerably big for 135 pounds. They're big guys. So
and Greg, you mentioned the loss that Weathers had. That was to Nalo Lechuga's son. Leo.
Yep.
And that was via verbal decision, a minute 31. That was back at VFC 64 back in September.
Yeah, September and Saudi days. I remember that was in that Scalding Hot gym right there, and they went on for an on. And but you're about to see Chris Weathers over here. He's pretty built up for a featherweight. That's nothing to hang your head about, losing to Leo Lucha like that, man, because the jiu-jitsu that kid has is tough. I worked with him a few weeks ago, and he's tough. He's real tough.
Well, Elijah Gilbertson, let's start talking about him a little bit. Gilbertson is at 0-3 as a 23-year-old out of the KMAA camp. He'll be the opposition for Chris Weathers, and we'll talk about him in 1 second. Back to Jeff.
His opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 144.5 pounds. His record of 0 wins with 3 losses. He's now representing KMAA in Knoxville, Tennessee. This is Elijah Gilbertson.
So here comes Elijah Gilbertson from KMAA. KMAA featured Knoxville Martial Arts Academy, featured prominently on our card here tonight. A lot of amateurs, a huge camp, and a lot of them on display here tonight, including in our main event. So Justin, Elijah Gilbertson 0-3, but Gilbertson with his losses to Dan Bailey, who we're going to see a little bit later on in the card, who is now also in the KMAA camp. Also losses to Tristan Kelly and Tanner Poe as in his three fights. Your thoughts on Gilbertson matching up with Weathers?
And correct me if I'm wrong, on those 3 losses, it was at 155, correct, on all those? He's moved to a new weight class here at 145. It looks nimble. He's a lot more cut up.
He may have lost to Tristan Kelly at 145, possibly.
So that
but
might
that's
have been
the only one. Yeah.
Okay, that might have been the only one. But he looks a lot more nimble on his feet. He's very quick. He looked clean in the warm-ups. I went back to go check him out and just see what was going on. Looked, everything was clean. He was confident in the warm-ups. So it looks like a man on a mission coming out here tonight, trying to get that, trying to change that column from 0-1. A new rededicated Elijah Gilbertson is what we're going to see tonight, I think.
Well, put it in parentheses now. He is now training at a KMA. He's been independent in his past, 3 fights, and all of his Muay Thai career, he's been an independent. And now he's actually with the gym, and they're working with him. He's training, and I don't believe that Eric Turner would send him out here unprepared.
And he's only been with them 5-6 weeks, so he is newer to that KMAA camp. And he is put together, boy. And real character is Elijah Gilbertson. And
he's got a persona on him, a personality for sure.
Chandler Goins, our referee here in this bout, our first on pay-per-view at VFCMMA.com. Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Vince Ferrara Justin Fisher, Greg Hopkins. First kick landed by Gilbertson, and then it's Weathers charging in. Weathers in the longer black and white trunks, Gilbertson in the short black trunks, Weathers in the red glove tape, Gilbertson in the blue glove tape. Featherweight battle 145, 3 5-minute rounds presented by Eddie's Health Shop.
So Gilbertson's doing a good job here as you see him coming in, push. He's reaching for those underhooks, being able to keep his back. He's pressed against the cage here, but he's going to be working those knees and all. Taking a look at Weathers, he's being very forceful, very aggressive coming forward, but very raw in his technique. He's not being able to go for a trip there.
Nice little trip slam there. That was.
Sure, as I say it, he goes for one and grabs it. Good job.
This is Weathers on top of Gilbertson right here.
Weathers is bringing the storm.
Laying leather on him right now. You see, I think the key to victory here is to weather the storm for Gilbertson. And Chris Weathers was, his option is come out here and try to finish Gilbertson quick. Being an independent, we don't know, how in shape he'll be coming out, how much he's got to train as far and see how many looks he's gotten.
And the gas tank could be an issue for Gilbertson too. All 3 of his losses in the first round.
It's true.
So very rarely do you see anybody push a pace like this that you see that Weathers is doing. So I don't look to see him be able to do this for very much longer.
They're just at the halfway mark now of the first round.
Ooh, wow. Weathers very
Club
aggressive.
to the feet. Club to the head. Now they're just swinging like rock and sock'em robots here.
Weathers head down.
He's got a guillotine up here, and Chris is getting away with the cage grab.
But how do you want to kick off the pay-per-view portion here? Look at these guys going for it.
Look at all the red marks there on Gilbertson's back. On Gilbertson's back. We got some Navy tripping over here in the corner, right in front of us, too.
50 seconds.
Undercut.
50 seconds.
Yeah, there's some yelling under a minute in the first round right here.
Hey, he's out of the cage.
Weathers snuck in a couple of shots there.
Nice little knee, nice little knees here from Gilbertson. Those knees are doing a number on Weathers too.
Weathers has got a number of warnings for the cage grab.
Weathers just a verbal submission right there, and your Elijah Gilbertson's O is gone now.
How about that? A verbal submission victory for Elijah Gilbertson. It looked like Weathers was in a decent position there. And he was landing shots.
I was sitting there saying that those knees were doing a number on his midsection, and as soon as he was starting to block that midsection, he started teeing off up top, and that's when Weathers decided that was it.
Wow. So Chris Weathers will fall to 0-2, and Elijah Gilbertson, as Greg mentioned, the O is gone. 1-3 for Gilbertson. He gets a first-round victory this time. Latter stages of round number 1 as well.
Congratulations to Elijah Gilbertson. The O is gone.
I think the Cotton Eye Joe is a little stunned.
I think a lot of people are stunned right now.
I think Justin Fisher's sitting here stunned because I have no idea. Like, that was a quick submission when he came off of it. I think he was looking to be able to keep Gilbertson on the ground. Whenever he got back up, he knew the gas was out, and then whenever he's pressing back and forth, Gilbertson was actually able to throw a lot more leather back into the, whenever he was working from the cage there.
Good to see smiles on both guys' face, though. I was waiting to see the instant replay right there, but we didn't get one.
Got the man.
Because they're just as stunned and confused as we were.
Yeah. Well, Vince St. Peru in the house, and he's in the corner of Elijah Gilbertson. All right, let's go to Jeff and get the official announcement.
It's about at 2 minutes and 34 seconds of the first round. Your winner by verbal submission out of the Knoxville Mortgage Brokers blue corner, Elijah Gilbertson.